Hey there friends, welcome back. My name is Lauren and this is Han Acre. We are at a very exciting day. We are laying plastic this evening and getting ready to plant. Finally, the sun is finally shining. We haven't had rain for like 2 straight days. I feel like I'm hallucinating. And it's time to go. This particular plastic layer really is pretty easy to use once you get everything figured out. There are a lot of adjustments that you can make based on your soil type and just what you need to make the bed that you're looking for. First thing you got to do is get the plastic film under those guide wheels so that they hold the plastic down and hold it taut as you're going through the field making the bed. The next thing is, you see me here, I'm putting dirt on the edge of the plastic at the end of the row to hold it down on the end. You don't want a lot of movement to happen after that plastic is laid. I always stand on the end when he is first starting out, pulling away, just because I want to keep it super tight and make sure that it stays down and the plastic doesn't rip. There's lots of different things that can happen. Here I'm just making sure that we don't need any adjustments before we're halfway in the row and find out that there's no dirt on the edges. Once I feel comfortable with how it's looking, we are good to go. And I send the tractor down to the other end. You can see a little bit better here how the discs on the back work to cover up the plastic edge and keep everything buttoned up and nice and neat and looking good. Okay, just like that, we are done laying plastic. I did not get as much footage of the actual process as I would have liked because we had a couple technical difficulties. Had to do some adjustments for the first couple rows, and then, you know, besides filming, I also gotta help. So there's that. I do have a video of this process from last year because it was our very first year with this specific plastic layer, and that shows a little bit more of the attachment actually doing the work. So if you're interested in that, check back to that, and I will try and put a link in the description for that as well. This year we ended up with 5 rows of plastic. This garden is about, I think, 150 feet long, so that's a good bit of planting space. You can see behind me here, this spacing, the spacing between these 2 rows is close to what we normally do. Kane wanted to put a little bit more room between the rows this year because he's planning on putting manure down in between the rows to help suppress the weeds. So he needed to leave enough room to either get the walk behind tiller in between the rows or a small tractor. More space between the rows just means less planting space. But if we can keep the weeds better under control, then that is going to increase our yields anyway, so it'll probably even out. Typically, oh, here's Weezy. Hey Weezy, what you doing, girl? You need a pet? There you go. Yeah.
Don't be putting holes in my plastic now with your little daggers, okay? Okay. So after you lay the plastic, sometimes depending on the soil, you get a little bit of weirdness along the edges till you get the adjustments right. So like you can see here, there's a little bit less dirt on this edge of the plastic than there is on that side. So now that it's laid, now I have to go back through and just make sure that all the edges are secured. It looks fantastic right now. There's a little bit of a breeze and there's nothing moving, which is good. Once again, very, very happy with this plastic layer from Rain-Flo, and I'm excited to get the season started. Tomorrow there's gonna be plants going in the ground and we're off to the races, which is good because it is terribly late and it's making me itchy to not have things in the ground. But it'll all even out in the end, right? While I'm down here, I may as well do an update on what I do have in the ground, which is basically potatoes, onions, and dahlias. So let's take a look. Come on, Weezy. Come on, girl. Okay, behind me we have another extra little strip, and I've got 2 rows of potatoes here, which you can see they are looking pretty nice. I want to say I planted these about 3 weeks ago. I've got red, white, and gold potatoes. Norland, Superior, and Lehigh Gold are what I prefer to plant and what I like to eat. So, just for some scale here, let's see. Well, there's scale of a cat. The plants are as tall as the cat. I do also have another row of potatoes in the big garden to my right, and I am going to be getting another little bit of seed. So yeah, I think we're going to be good on potatoes. I hope we are. If we're not, we got bigger problems. All right, I am going to get to work cleaning up these edges. Hopefully you'll join me next time where I will, fingers crossed, have tons of plants in the ground and things will be off to a great start. Happy planting, happy spring, finally, and I will see you next time right here on Hawn Acre. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our homestead happenings.